let me put this to you. Once you vote the likes of Salmon in, how are you going to get him out?
You vote him out then?
Yeah, you vote him in.
You think,
but he's not voted.
do you think it's going to be as simple as that? Honestly, do you think it's going to be as simple as a vote to remove a nationalist government from Scotland?
But then, hold on, right? See, the thing is, right, can I just come in here? If Scotland was to get independence, you could look at the SNP as being a one-party ticket, and they've evolved into dealing with other stuff, but the Scottish National Party formed itself to help get independence for Scotland from Great Britain. So once that's been achieved, then people would then be able to see, well, hold on, let's look at an alternative. We've had the SNP, they've achieved something. We've seen what we had in Britain with Tories and Labour, and surely the Scottish people, being some of the most creative and inventive people that the planet has ever seen, and you cannot deny that. You cannot deny that for the amount of stuff and the brains that Scotland has had and developed, the amount of creativity we've got here, we could do something with a political scene that we wouldn't need SNP, Tories or Labour, and we could maybe have something like a socialist or a country that is represented of what our people is. But then again, I think I'm being totally idealistic and say probably we're going to just get the same old mishmash of Tories, Labour, and maybe not Tories, but...
Let's get Tommy Sheridan. He can run the country, I suppose. Let's try Tommy Sheridan.
Can I just put in here, Tommy? Don't forget one thing about Scotland. Scotland is not governed by any political party. Scotland is governed by secret societies.
Once you governed by the Labour Party.
Once you put individual power into the hands of the Masonic cabal, you won't shift it.
First a woman, I'm afraid. First a woman, Nicola Sturgeon. She's. I mean, I spoke to her myself. Fuck's sake, I have spoke to her. I've asked her. If I was to vote independence, what are you going to offer me? The oil is secondary to none, right? So let's say, well, we'll forget about that. Everything else is. Bear in mind that Scotland paid more taxes, which the UK, which the Republic of England live off just now, which the UK, obviously your Tory government living off just now. Scotland paid more taxes to more per person than obviously down south. Now, obviously, get back to this programme that was on the telly. I'll actually just get £500,000 down house, shed all these rains, just to get a tax money. She's fucking earning more a week, Nadie. More in a year. Well, more in a year, Nadie. I mean, if I only, I'm fucking 25 grand a year. She's earning fucking about 70. So, get Scotland back into control, and again, as I said, SNP are there. A vote for independence is not a vote for SNP.
You're turning your computer up, turning your computer down, you can't get it turned down.
I've got mine off, mine's fucking volumes down. I vote for SNP, for whatever you want to do. I mean, look at the by-election the other day. Labour won it, fuck's sake, boom, boom. But a vote for independence is not a vote for SNP. And the Tories in Scotland, probably minuscule, but I can even scratch my big toe in one. So, you're never going to survive her here. And believe it or not, I'll probably even state this, the people I spoke to would be say, well, if Scotland don't vote independence, England are going to fuck us right over, man. They're just going to fucking hit us with everything. I mean, we started after the poll tax, but what's next? Poll tax, air tax. What are they going to do if they get it? If they win? Thanks.
No, I don't think they'll do anything, mate. I don't think it's a case of that. I don't think... see, this is just a diversion. We're talking about this, and for another year, the people of Scotland are talking about it. But meanwhile, right, consecutive Labour and Tory governments have shafted us. And I can see in just the last few years of the SNP, they're every bit as power-hungry, egomaniac, fucking shysters, be it Salmon, Sturgeon, and I've actually spoken to that Humza Yusuf, and everyone, each little last one of these fucking cockroaches would sell their granny just to get an inch of power, just an inch, just a little iota, for the money, for the fame, the power. So whether they be Scottish, whether they be for Kathmandu, whatever, they're just, anybody who says vote for me, I just say get to fuck. That's a simple thing for me. So, and this whole thing, as far as I'm concerned, is a huge diversion, because the people should be getting together now and saying, see these fucking politicians, they've got no power, it's the bankers that we want to vote in and out, let's get independence for the fucking banks, and let's cleanse this country for the shite, let's drain the kludgy for these illegal banksters and their puppet politicians. That's what I'm calling for. Fuck this independence for Scotland, independence for the banks.
Well, that's another right. Well, that's an issue, isn't it? But you're saying Alex Salmon that. But bear in mind what happened in Grangemouth. Alex Salmon was the first man to come out and fight for all that before anybody else.
But what did they do? But that's what I'm saying. That's a fraud. It's a fraud. But these politicians come out and stand dance and say, "Oh, we want this done and that done," but they've got no fucking power. If an industrialist, if a multinational corporation wants to close a place down, they'll close it fucking down. Right? When all these Motorola and semiconductor companies came in, they called it Silicon Glen, right? The government gave them hundreds of millions of pounds to build all these factories. These companies came in, took all the handouts going, got all the tax reductions going, and as soon as the shit hit the semiconductor fan, they closed all the factories, ran out, didn't pay a penny in tax, and the government was standing there, and they're going, oh, sorry, we lost all the jobs there. Well, and the only reason they said they gave these cuts in fucking tax allowances and all these money was because it was an economic black spot. But it's still, now it's back into another economic black spot. And the people are still sitting there going, what the fuck's happened here? 30, 40 years of neglect from consecutive Tory and Labour, and meanwhile back at the range, what's the SNP done in the last 4 or 5 years that's helped alleviate Scotland out of poverty? Fuck all, mate. They're going to do jack shit.
The other thing, obviously, Scotland, they're still being told by Westminster. Look at the new. What's happening now? The disabled people, they're fucking them over. They can say they can work and they can do this and they can do that. That is a Tory government. The federal tax, that means George Osborne, whatever the fuck he was thinking there. But again, that was another saving. There are other things still in the pipeline that could happen.
Right, but then okay then, but look at Labour then. Labour, right, brought in the PFI, where schools in Scotland and hospitals in Scotland, PPI, PFI, private funding initiative, right, where the government's money, right, or the money that the government borrowed at low interest from the banksters, they then borrow that back to private business, and the business then, say over a period of 30 years, rent that back out at 3 times the cost of what we're giving them, or the government's giving them the loan for. And so this has happened under the watch of SNP, and this is in Scottish schools and Scottish hospitals. How are we going to get out of that conundrum? You know what I mean? And that was Labour. So just for an example, right? Hold on, just for an example, we vote, and the only old choice would be for SNP to get in and out. Another party would be Labour. And so what party brought us the private funding initiative? Labour. So what independence is that? If we're not going to get the Tories, then we're going to get New Labour, which is all Tories anyway.
Oh, that's what they are doing. Exactly, that's what they are. They are fucking Tories. I mean, I've got a letter sitting in front of me, right? It says workplace pensions. That if I don't apply for this time, are going to be automatically entered.
Deny it. Tell them to shove it up their arse.
Well, that's it. But they say I can move the pension back on unless I take the state pension. But unfortunately, by the time my deadline comes, I'll be the other side of the world, right? But I need to phone them tomorrow, obviously, because I fly out on fucking Thursday night, and this thing takes effect the fucking time I fly out. I've got fucking 30 days or something to sort it, and I was like, well, I'll not be back 30 days, so fuck it. I'll need to phone them tomorrow and cancel it because I'm not interested in the fucking state pension. I'm lucky I've still got a fucking job, is what I'm lucky about, but...
Who is it you work for?
I know, this is probably the misconcept of things is, I would love people just to say, well, let's give independence a chance, man. I know there's a lot of negatives that'll all be explained over up to fucking September, the 18th, whatever. Actually, Commonwealth Games at the road first. There is a lot of negatives and there's a lot of positives. Look at the statistics, you know yourself as fucking Tory party, man. What did they manage in Scotland? Nothing. And actually the general election before the fucking vote. So again, what they're going to manage up here, they're going to get wiped out. They brought in this fucking, that George Osborne brought in this bedroom tax. Wow. And obviously, disabled people are getting fucking stigmatised, they're getting fucking harangued to go and work. Why? Because they think they can work, but because they're disabled, they can't work. No, that is fucking low. I don't know what company that was. I can't remember the company name that did that.
Who's got the radio on there in the background? Who's got that in the background? Turn that off, whoever's got it on.
Me anyway.
GWG, is that you?
Maybe paused. No, it's
GWG there?
I think independence could be worth a while, man.
Right.
I think independence, man, just go for the flow. You think that's workplace pensions are a lot of shit then?
Right, but hold on, right? See what you're saying, go with the flow. See, once you've got it, it's like you can't put the genie back in the bottle. See, once we go for independence and see if it goes the wrong way.
That's a long time ago.
See if it goes the wrong way. What are you going to do when it goes the wrong way?
But you think that's workplace pensions are a lot of shit as well?
No, I'm asking you. You're saying about independence, right? See, the independence, if the independence, you can't put it back. Once Scotland goes independent...
Fair enough. You can't take it as it is, man. Go for it, because we will be better off.
But that's... but you're saying we will be better off. I'm saying you do not know 100% that we will be better off. And I'm saying there's so much imponderables out there that we're better not even bothering going that way.
Take a chance.
No, but what's the point of taking a chance when we've got other problems to sort out? When Alex Salmond is saying he's still going to be with the pound, he's still going to have the Queen as a head of state, right? So what independence is that?
2 years. For 2 years, yes. The Queen she will be for 2 years only, but...
And what are they going to do?
Again, they get back... I mean, I'm not into politics, obviously. This is your loyalist problem, is they need her to be a head of state. Alex Salmond's already stated, by the way, and I guarantee you this, he's already stated that the Queen will be head of state for probably about 2 years after we get independence. That's it. After that, it ends. Then obviously Scotland would need to go and sort their own, whatever. But that was already stated. He's already stated that. But
GWG, are you here still? Hold on.
The rulers of Scotland will be your problem. That's... I mean, I know... I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Protestant myself, right? My family's are a Protestant, I know how to follow. Unfortunately, it's not the same way I would follow, but it was probably still for independence, believe it or not. I don't know, probably lied about that. They probably wouldn't. Because obviously the Queen was going to be involved in about 2 years, but why not?
Hello.
GWG, what are you doing?
Do it. We can survive better without them fucking ruling us. Now, Scotland's got its own fucking law. Always has and always will. We've got our own law. Well, let's just give us full powers. And that's all we need to do. Give us full powers and let's rule ourselves.
No, I don't think we should, mate. I think it's a bag of worms, mate. A bag of worms, mate, and it's a wrong battle to fight. If there was no battles, if there was no battles there to fight, but there's a battle here to fight against the bankers, mate, and we're fighting the wrong battle here, mate. It's the wrong battle at the wrong time, at the worst possible time.
That was the government didn't wait. That was that fucking government. They paid RBS is owned by taxpayers, and that's that woman knew being a taxpayer.
Right, but hold on then. Right, so if Scotland was going to be a lot better than Britain, right? It was